2-point advantage. Warren Central has the basketball. Starters return for both ball clubs. Kennedy, Rhodes, Coward, Brown, and Hazlitt for Warren Central. Coons, James, Widener, Higdon, and Beatty, the 5 for Franklin Central. Nice move along the baseline, then threw it off the heel of the rim. Warren Central gets the rebound, throws it up too strong to Demetrius Cowherd, out of bounds. Last touch by the Warriors.
Foul. I mean, he's going to get out of the way before he commits another foul, and pretty smart to do so. They need him on the floor.
He has 3, by the way.
Yeah.
He had to check out early in both quarters. Unforced error. Kennedy in transition, throws it up off the glass and in.
And that was an unforced error. Franklin Central just dropped the basketball. James just dropped it, and they went down and laid it in.
26-22, Warren Central within 4. They almost threw it away there. Kyle James lucky to gather it in. They'll go baseline to Widener, and he walked with the basketball.
Again, one of those today.
Jordan Kennedy takes a quick glance over to Greg Graham for some instructions as he walks it across the timeline. He'll slow it up now between the circles. Picks the dribble up left wing, top of the circle. Rhodes trying for another 3. That one deep in the well and rattled right back out. Can't go down much deeper and not finish.
No, pretty good set. Pretty good set by Warren Central.
Beatty tied up by Hazlitt. A long pass back up the floor the other way in transition. Brown with his 8th point.
That makes coaches crazy. I mean, absolutely crazy. Higdon was back, but he didn't control the basket.
Close out the
No
first
doubt.
half. Back the other way, 3-pointer, no good. He faded a little bit on the release. The ball bounces off the top of the backboard. Widener with the rebound has it rejected. Coons to Beatty, left-hander, up off the glass and in. Sweet touch.
Yeah, really strong, and that's a function of Hazlitt's 3rd foul. He's not in there to battle him.
7 now for Beatty. Up 4 is Franklin Central. A walk around the circle for Kennedy. They'll spot up from 16 off the heel. In transition, quickly comes Widener. They're not comfortable doing this. They'll back it out. James will go to Widener.
Open shot because they were allowing him to shoot. You know, it's like this. Coach, I'm open. Well, you're open for a reason. They want you to shoot the basketball.
Coons with a lot of pressure backs it out near the midcourt stripe. Start to walk it right. Quick glance at Mark James. Spot up from 16. Go to Higdon. He'll throw it from 16, no. Beatty fights for the rebound. Track down long. Comes to Willie Rhodes. Rhodes in transition. They flip it in the paint. Lost it out of bounds. It'll go to Franklin Central.
and neither could Javon Brown. I wonder if anybody listening to this actually knows who Johnny Bench is.
The 2 of us do. Outside of that, probably not, Coach. Now, you know, here we're 3 minutes into a picturesque basketball game.
No, both coaches are trying to win and be done with it.
We always encourage the coaches to check out the archives after the webcast, and I'm not sure Mark James or Greg Graham will want to see this one again. Will not be a short film session for these ball clubs, I don't think.
There's just no flow to the game, Mark. I mean, there's just nothing that there's just, Warren's dribbling around, looking for a shot without Hazlitt in there. They've lost a lot of their offense. Good pass there.
Nice entry pass. Javon Brown with the finish. He's a double-digit scorer now with 10. Back to a 2-point advantage for Franklin Central, 28-26.
This is what I think Warren has to do. They've got to get out there into the passing lanes. Right there. Kennedy's out there. He's after the basketball. He's got to stay there now.
Coons shut off on the drive, goes to Beatty. He'll lower the shoulder, no call. Ball comes down into the hands of the Warriors and travel as they go back up the floor.
Inside to Beatty. Last time they did it, he scored.
Has it on the left wing as we speak. Starts a little spin dribble, has the ball knocked away out of bounds. Last touch by Warren.
See if he gets into the ball here.
Inbounds Kyle James. No question that Kennedy has picked up the defensive intensity in this half. James with a nice drive. Throws it up off the glass. It rolled down in the hole and back out. And here comes Kennedy in transition. Splits the defense. Kicks it off to the left. Losing it on his way to the bucket is Cowherd. Scramble for the loose ball, and Kyle James comes up with it.
Kennedy, again, made a really nice play, but they fumbled it. Pitch and catch has been difficult in this game. There you go. Try to go to Beatty.
Picking it off was Javon Brown, and he's going to be called for the foul.
Yeah, and anytime there's, even if there's not contact, most times that's going on the defense.
Beatty out high. Not spent much time around the bucket. An ill-advised entry pass or an attempt at one. In transition comes Rhodes. He throws it down low. Shot put up too strong, and the rebound controlled by Beatty. They just haven't made very good transition decisions with the basketball.
And it just haven't caught the ball cleanly. And Brown's a good player.
Beatty gets some help weak side here at FC.
Franklin Central's dodged a few bullets here.
Nice move, baseline. Strong finish. Give that bucket to Goodlow. That's his third.
Yeah, that was reminiscent of the first quarter. Nobody rotated over for Warren, but a really good move by Franklin Central.
Jordan Kennedy looking left baseline. Kicks it out to Calherd. He gets a screen, drives to the bucket, gets bumped, and can't finish it.
Because of sloppiness, as you said, in transition. But he has cranked their team up.
Check that. 6'3" junior. Missed free throw. Warren Central controls the rebound. Shot put up by Kennedy. No good. Strong rebound and the finish by Javon Brown. He has 12 now, leading his ball club.
Javon Brown has gotten really active. He's the best athlete on the court, and his activity along with Kennedy's been a big difference.
Back-to-back good looks by John Goodlow. He has 5. 30-29, under 2.5 to play in the quarter. Pace picking up a little bit. Little high man weave. Calherd with a basketball. Not much motion along the baseline.
No, they're back to that weave, and that has not been a great set for them or a great offensive action.
Drive to the bucket by Rhodes, pulls up from 6 and floats up an air ball. Rebound controlled by Goodlow, who's given Franklin Central some good minutes here in this quarter.
He really has. He scored a couple buckets here late, rebounded the basketball, made a back cut here. Another bucket.
He has scored
Franklin Central basket number 42, John
7 straight
Goodlow.
now for his ball club. They lead it by 5 suddenly, 34-29. Warriors need a bucket here. Spin dribble, high off the glass, no good. Shot put up by Javon Brown, trying to add to his 12-point total. FC with a basketball, 5-point advantage. A wide open look down low for Brian Higdon. He has 15.
Greg Graham's got to get a timeout here. His team is unorganized on defense. They've taken a couple bad shots.
Suddenly the lead has expanded to 7 after they trail it by 1, 36-29 with a minute to play in the quarter. FC with the basketball, number 4 against number 20. Mark James barking out defensive instructions, a foul.
This is a crucial time here, this last minute in this quarter.
Kennedy gets the inbounds. Nice drive through the paint, but he can't finish.
They need to finish this quarter, or this could be a double-digit deficit by the time we head into the fourth quarter.
Mr. Beatty is biding his time on the bench, and it appears as though we're going to complete 3 quarters of basketball, and Ed Hazlitt has yet to score for Warren Central. That won't win Greg Graham and company very many basketball games.
No. And he hasn't really been close. I mean, the one trial, that's a big shot.
Well, they got lucky there because that was back to one-on-one basketball by Willie Rhodes, and he slopped up a shot from about 12 feet out, and he has 8 points now.
Yeah, but they may have been lucky, but they needed it. I mean, they had to have a bucket.
Nice drive to the bucket, kick across the baseline, the spin around. Kyle James with a three-pointer, misfires, rebound, Warren Central. They have an opportunity in transition. Calherd.
7 could be as little as 2. Or 3, excuse me, 2 actually going into the half. They hit a 3.
Calherd from the right elbow. No. Nice rebound. Fought for, swatted away.
But this kid's really picked it up.
Second one on the way. It too was good. So 14 now, and after trailing by 7, suddenly it's back down to 4. Franklin Central launches a deep one off the back of the iron. No.